Miss Candy. Come on here, Miss Candy. Come on, Shushan.
Duke says, I don't want that.
Duke wants dandy corn. I know what he wants.
If we let him in that garden, they'd eat it.
Oh, they'd eat him. Oh, yeah, they'd eat him. He'll eat them. He's just trying to be a behind. Come on here, little baby boy. Come on, little man.
He wants to step all over them.
Yeah, that's Duke for you. Duke walks all over everything and messes it up for everybody.
Candy, you gonna turn your nose up? They're picking certain ones.
That just goes to prove they ain't really hungry.
Let them into that field.
If I let y'all out there in them greens, you'll eat every one of them.
Is it raining?
No, that's one of them peeing. No, it's the wind blowing out of the wind's blowing in the water. The dew is so heavy this morning. The fog, if you look out, you can see the fog in a distance. It's just that bad here.
Yeah, the Kubota was wet.
Yeah, and the wind is blowing, so it's kind of feels really nice.
Candy don't want them, but she said move.
That's just they'll eventually eat them.
Now the baby boy, he's eating one.
They're just being them.
If I let y'all in the field, I know what would happen.
They want me to go cut them a run of grass like I normally do and feed them their hay in the mornings, because I usually take the cub and go cut their grass and bring it up here with a grapple and give it to them. That's what they want.
Our welfare cows.
I know it. They're spoiled rotten. A bunch of.
All right, so what are we doing today?
Well, I'm still picking up pecans. They're everywhere. I pick them up and put them
Friday night we had a date night.
We did. We sat and picked up pecans till you couldn't see, and we watched the deer come out in the field back there. I'm pretty sure the deer's getting their fair share of them at night, but we have like 1 million of them on the ground under that one tree. But today we are going to attempt to plant our potatoes. Everybody goes, in the fall? Look, I have looked at the extended forecast. And Mark, if you're watching this, brother, you might send me a message if you know anything different. But I didn't see anything in the 30s until mid-December. So that was to amount to anything. No freezes, just, you know. I hate it because I like to have some cold weather. But we're going to go ahead and plant our potatoes. We do this basically almost every year. And what happens is, if it looks like it's going to freeze, we run up and take the hoe and just chop the top off of them. And then when the freeze is over, they pop right back out. And usually by the time February gets around, we've already got potatoes about this big around. So
the only exception is if it freezes for days.
Yeah, if it freezes for days on end, then it slows them down really bad.
It'll even rot the potato in the ground sometimes.
Well, if we cut the tops off, it won't.
Yeah, if you don't cut the tops off, they will rot.
They will rot. You got to be vigilant. Now today, actually, guys, I came out here yesterday trying to prepare for today because we're on the waning of the moon. We're in the phase of the moon right now to plant root crops, which is the waning of the moon. That's what you always want to plant your root crops, in the waning of the moon. We're in the Leo phase right now. And when I till this, guys, you couldn't tell what color my tractor was or me when I got through, and because it's that dusty. And believe it or not, 2 days before that, it rained for 10 hours straight, and it only wet the ground maybe a ½ an inch deep. So it's that dry here. And now it's just a dust bed again. We've had the sprinklers going yesterday evening to water a couple of places in it, maybe 3 places in here in it. And we were going to come in here this morning and row it up. Well, I put the plow on the back of the Kubota to drop it down, and when I went to cultivate it, I had to do 4 passes on the same row to get it to bed up, and then I looked at my half shovels and I've bent the ends of them back because the ground is that hard. I'm not going to be able to fertilize them, so what we're going to have to do is, I've got this little V-shaped hoe that I'm going to have to open a furrow down the top of it, and we're going to plant the potatoes in it, and then we're just going to cover them up, and when they start growing later on, if it starts raining and maybe softens the ground up a little bit, we will come in and side dress them with some fertilizer Because, guys, to be honest with you, there's still fertilizer in that field right there. Because we didn't fertilize the turnip greens, and you look at them turnip greens and rutabagas, them things are like that tall. Big old giant leaves on them. But grass is about to get started in them because we ain't had nothing to kill the grass yet, no frost or anything. So we're not going to fertilize. We're going to just start off like that and let it go. And we'll show you the potatoes. We'll show you what we got. And they're potatoes we saved, you know, year after year. And people say it can't be done. It can if you know what you're doing and you watch what you're doing. Guys, see how it bent? It bent the end of it back right there. Did the same thing. This one wasn't quite as bad, but it didn't even knock the rust off of it. I mean, can you believe that? It didn't even take the rust off the plows, and I made 4 passes up and down through here. It just, I mean, I'll show you. Look at this right here. I tilled this yesterday evening. Look at this. Look at that. Just dust. That was tilled yesterday. That's how dusty it is. And people just 30 minutes west of us got 3 to 6 inches of rain.
And that's our onion bed.
This will be the onions whenever we get them in here. But this is our taters right now. I made 4 passes trying to throw up a little bit of a bed here in the middle. I was going to go through with this and see if I could make us a row. Now we're gonna find we're gonna have some sticks in here because when I cleared all this right here, dragging it stuff through here with the grapple, taking it to haul it off, little pieces of wood fell out in here. And it's like starting all over with a new field again.
And this was a new field last year.
Last year we had it all cleaned out, so nice. So it's gonna be a job, guys. But you see how the dirt just falls back in behind me. It's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a challenge. That's all I can say. Them dirt clods. Good Lord. This is pitiful. But you can't give up. These are the potatoes, guys. Got good eyes on them. And I'm not going to cut them and do what's called chitting them because they already got kind of soft a little bit. Usually if you do that, they're really bad about wanting to rot on you. So.
And these are small.
They're not big taters, right? We save them like this just for this purpose every year. Trying to be easy on them so I don't break their eyes off. And if everything goes well and we can get the right moisture to them and stuff like that, they'll be up by the weekend, you know. So.
Well, we'll go show them my potatoes that I planted, 3 weeks ago?
Probably 2 weeks ago.
We'll show them what's happened in my 60-foot raised bed with my potatoes and stuff.
Now we will, this will not be all the potatoes that we plant this year. So.
Well, this year, but next year.
Well, yeah, next year we'll plant more. What we'll do is we plant these, and then when springtime comes, the seed store here in town, or the feed store, should I say, will get in, they'll get potatoes in, and we'll go buy, I don't know, 4 or 5 pounds of them or something like that and cut them up, let them dry, and we'll make a new little bitty row. So we'll have some, we call them summer potatoes, because by then these won't be long before you'll be able to dig these.
Yeah, our normal time is usually February.
To plant, yes. The harvest is usually May.
And these will harvest.
These will probably harvest right after
around
February.
January to February.
Yeah.
According to what size and how much
well,
cold.
the weather too. Weather's going to play a big factor in this.
They may not be big, but if they're small potatoes, that's fine.
Yeah, but they'll be new potatoes.
Yes.
They may not be much bigger than what we're putting in the ground right here, right now, but they will be new potatoes. And
new potatoes are right good, aren't they?
Yeah, these jokers are heavy too. See, like this, I don't have to worry about which way the eyes are facing. And, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna turn them just like that right there." Well, in my experience,
They come up one way or another.
They, I always like to make sure they're in the middle. And I'm gonna put these about, I don't know,
A foot apart.
probably a foot. Yeah, let's say a foot apart. I'm probably gonna try that. And hit that ground they want to roll. Because I really think that'll be plenty fine. Because we got 300 feet here to go, guys.
And the fingerlings can go closer.
Yeah, the fingers can go closer. And what we'll do is, this will just be the tater row, okay? Because if it don't make it all the way, and then next spring we'll get our other ones, we'll just plant the other end of it. And it'll still be our tater row. But you know, we may make it all the way. I've got a sneaky feeling we probably will.
There's more fingerlings than you think, too.
Yeah.
There's more of those than you think.
There's more of these right here than you really think they are.
You may make the whole row with those.
It is quite possible. It is quite possible.
What?
I will cut y'all's grass as soon as it's done.
She said, now.
Oh, these spoiled cows. I know what they want. They want that grass. I know what they after.
This is a Siberian kale. It's not done real well. We get a few big leaves, but this ground right here was the worst as far as cracking.
Yeah, you still see the cracks in it. Look right here.
Yeah.
Look
Even though we're watering.
Even though it's being watered every day, or every other day.
These are the Florida broadleaf with a mixture of curly leaf something.
Just regular tender greens.
Oh, regular tender greens in here? And then these are the turnips. And you can see how far they go down. And as you get way down there, the biggest leaves are in that bottom where we don't water really.
Okay. I'm not young as I used to be, okay? That's a job pulling that hoe down through there, making that furrow. But I've got this planted right through here with the, these were red Lesotas. If y'all are gonna ask me, these are the red Lesotas. They've been the potato that we find, you know, holds up the best for us. And what we're gonna do right here, I'm gonna make a mark across here. That's going to be the cutoff point for the red Lesotas right there. Of course, you'll be able to look at the potatoes and tell the difference, but what I have here is what's called a French fingerling. Now we got to start from these years and years ago, organic start. And since then, we've gotten, I believe we've gotten them from Hoss Tool, haven't we?
We've tried several types besides the French fingerlings.
Yeah.
We've tried the Russian White
Russian,
the purple.
Yeah, we did a whole pile of different ones, but
this is our favorite.
This is our favorite right here, the French fingerlings from Hoss Tool. They have a real buttery taste when you
make excellent fries.
Oh, they make the best fries in the world. I have to agree with that. But we're going to start them where we left off at with the red Lesotas. Now, these don't have to be quite as far apart as the red Lesotas do. These are going to come in a whole lot faster than the red Lesotas do. So this is one thing we'll be keeping an eye on, because you'll think that you know, that these need to stay in the ground as long as them, but they don't. Now let me tell you something else we're going to be fighting here. Fire ants. Because there's no moisture in this ground, and these potatoes has got moisture in them. we're going to be fighting the fact that fire ants is going to eat them. Because I'm sitting here looking right now. Since I plowed this, I want you to look at this. This ain't nothing but fire ants all through here. Wanda's standing in them right there. They go all the way down through here as an ant bed. All the way. And kind of got a sneaky suspicion they're probably going to try to
eat our potatoes.
Eat our taters up. Because there's moisture in them. So what we're going to do to maybe help prevent that is I'm going to saturate this ground with some water in here, and hopefully that'll.
We got sprinklers. Where?
It's sitting on top of a post here, right behind you, right there, looking toward the cows. It's sitting on top of a post.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to see if we can't trick them by wetting the ground a little bit. Okay, I gotta open this fur up. Not quite deep enough. Y'all probably look in the background here and see that corn. That's Danny corn left over from when we harvested it. I came in and subsoiled the field and everything, and the stuff where the coons and all had knocked seeds on the ground and everything had started coming back up, and it hadn't been fertilized, it ain't been plowed, it ain't been nothing done to it. And it's actually starting to tassel now. And because we don't have to have that ground, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it.
And what you got here, you fed?
Yeah, where this is all down through here, I pulled it up. And we showed feeding it to the cows in one of our other videos.
Because it was as thick as that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was.
And then right there is all your pecans that you've been picking up. Pecan.
Yep.
All under there.
We've gotten a good 5-gallon bucket full right from under them trees right there.
Look how pretty these greens are behind you.
Oh.
This end is gorgeous.
Oh.
This is where I come get greens.
Yeah, these are fine right here. I mean, these are beautiful. They'd probably be washed real good after I tilled yesterday because they covered them up with dust.
We liked about 10-12 foot of row finishing. I've got this much of it halfway covered. Not got the red potatoes covered yet. The breeze feels good.
Oh, it feels good this morning. Nice. It's supposed to be up to like 15 to 20 miles an hour today. So that'd be nice. We always like when the wind blows and this heat we're having. You want at least, I try to put 2 to 3 inches of dirt on top of these. I don't usually plant potatoes up on top of a hill, but going into the winter, you don't ever know if it might start raining, and if it does, I kind of like to have them up out of the ground where they won't rot on me. Just something I've learned from planting this time of the year. Boy, there was some weeds in this when I tilled it. Boy, you can still see them. This is pitiful. Like I'm in the desert.
This is supposed to be the new Arizona.
Well, that is what they're saying, that Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, southern Louisiana is fixing to be the new Arizona. 300-foot row.
Minus about 10.
Minus about 10, so 290 foot. That'll supply us with enough potatoes, fresh, you know, to make it for a while. So, and hey, stay with us, guys. I mean, we're doing this in the fall, something that's unconventional, but we have unconventional weather. So with unconventional weather comes unconventional strategies. So we're gonna try it. We have nothing to lose but a few old seed potatoes we had.
Which were going bad anyways if we couldn't eat them.
Couldn't eat them, they're going bad anyhow. So you know what? Let's just plant them. Let's see what happens. Thank you guys from Pecan Grove. Well, we're up at Miss Wanda's 60-foot raised bed here. Now, she did this like 2 weeks ago. She came in here, I think it's like from right here back. She planted some of the reds in this 60-foot raised bed here. And you can see the red Lesotas, they're spaced a little further out. They're all coming up, doing just fine. But then from this point forward, like right here, this is the fingerlings. The fingerlings always outgrow the reds when they take off. They just, for some reason, do. They mature faster, get ready quicker. So we already have one small bed here of them. And plus we have sweet potatoes that's coming up from pieces of potatoes that was left in the ground. All it takes is a little piece. And we know what? All we'll do is if it starts to get too cold, is we'll just cut them off and feed them to the rabbits. And then next spring, them taters will already be in the ground. There'll be more slips just popping up, you know. So that'll kind of help keep us with our slips coming on pretty early next year, hopefully. And then, let's see, we got more sweet potato slips coming up in this bed, which hadn't been done anything to. But now this bed has not been done anything to.
I just flipped it, that's it.
Yeah, it's just been broken up and flipped so it can be relaxing. Now this one looks like she's got a few English peas stuck in the ground here.
Few are coming up. And then we've got our green multiplying onions, the old-fashioned onions.
Yep, a couple of them stuck
on that
along
side.
Here.
None of my carrots came up. Well, I don't think any of them came up in here. Maybe. Right there, a few.
Yeah, here they are. The leaves is kind of getting them covered up. They're starting to pop up.
They're trying. So I might have a few carrots in this section, but
here's some right here.
yeah.
Yeah, they're starting.
So they're starting.
They might pop up.
Now look at the carrots here. These carrots are doing better. They're coming up really good.
Those look really nice. And then of course, you have a few more English peas.
And then I have some butter beans here that came up from volunteer.
Really?
Yep, I'm leaving them too.
Oh, I would leave them, yeah.
So we've got English peas, butter beans, and carrots in this one.
I don't know if they're companions or not, but
we'll see.
We'll find out.
English peas and carrots are.
Well, I know they are, but and then of course I see an electroculture rod still stuck in there.
Yep.
Must have missed that one.
I left it on purpose.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Now, the carrots, I'm just tickled that I'm going to have a few carrots.
Now, what
in
variety
here.
was these? Do you know?
These were the Danvers carrots.
Danvers half long or Danvers 126 or?
Danvers. I think it said Danvers. I don't remember if it's half longs.
Okay.
Now these, I think, was a mixture, and hardly any of them came up. It was old seed in little packets.
No Corotas in this then?
No.
Okay.
So I was thinking one of these could be maybe some Corotas.
Yeah, we might need to do one of these beds in Corota carrots.